A day of mourning and now a day of action. Atlanta's historic West End is working toward a path of peace after a shootout left 3 people, including a teenager, dead. Atlanta News First reporter Asia Wilson is in Southwest Atlanta, where a vigil wrapped up this evening.
The owner of YG Urban Cafe and the founder of Young Generation Movement was here when it happened. He said he even saw one of the victims take their last breath. That memorial standing out here tonight, he says, is not only to honor the victims, but a calling on the community to help end gun violence once and for all.
Big smile. And we're going to say peace.
Outside YG Urban Cafe in Atlanta's historic West End.
I'm going to miss his smile. I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss his smile. He was a good boy. He don't deserve it.
Family members and loved ones mourning the tragic death of 20-year-old Jacoby Maddox. He was one of 3 people who died there Saturday afternoon.
Sweet, very respectable, very humble, had dreams and ambitions. He was he was a great dad.
Atlanta police say a man approached 2 people and began shooting at them. One of the 2 returned fire. All 3 died, including 17-year-old Darion Johnson, according to the Fulton County's medical examiner's office.
We speak healing into this family right.
It's the reason why Julius Khalid, owner of the cafe, held this candlelight vigil and cleansing the energy ceremony after witnessing the shooting just 24 hours before.
My heart was so overwhelmed with just watching it. After last week, we just did a Stop the Violence gun rally right here on this block.
He and other loved ones, like the grandmother to Maddox's 1-year-old baby, say the gun violence must stop now.
Every major rapper, I'm challenging y'all, stop making all this gun music. Every major rapper who got a major platform, change the agenda so you can change the algorithm.
As the crowd prayed and waved sage in the air, they hope this holistic approach brings in peace in a community of people ready to stand up in the fight for change.
Well, it takes unity. It takes for all of us to come together. I can't just do it by myself. So my goal is to rally up the people who really care, and let's take a stand.
Khalid, the owner of this cafe, says they'll be meeting every Friday to come up with solutions like holistic classes and workshops in hopes of eradicating violence in this community once and for all. In Southwest Atlanta, Asia Wilson, Atlanta News First.
We'll start